Premier League resumes today. Canada and European countries to stand firm and retaliate against U.S. tariffs, while foreign nurses for Jamaica. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Canada and the EU vowed Tuesday to stand firm against U.S. President Donald Trump's move to impose tariffs on steel and aluminum imports, pushing Washington further towards a trade war with key global partners. Trump signed executive orders to impose 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports from March 12, triggering a flurry of reactions and promises to protect workers. And such tariffs would be entirely unjustified and Canadians will resist strongly and firmly if necessary, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said during a conference on artificial intelligence in Paris. The European Union also swiftly vowed to retaliate with firm and proportionate countermeasures. Trump has shown his determination to weaponize the United States' power as the world's largest economy, ordering tariffs on key trade partners China, Mexico, and Canada soon after taking office. He also went ahead with tariffs on China, the world's second biggest economy, with products entering the United States facing an additional 10% levy. China then retaliates with tariffs targeting U.S. coal and liquefied natural gas on Monday. Chinese Foreign Minister spokesman Zhao Zhikom said there is no winner in a trade war and a tariff war. Over in Jamaica, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton is thinking about the possible recruitment of foreign nurses, particularly from the Philippines. But the Health Minister says locals are being prioritized in ongoing efforts to fill vacancies in the health sector. The sector has been experiencing a high turnover, with 500 nurses having left since 2018, prompting mass recruitment efforts by the government. When asked by opposition member Dr. Maurice Guy whether the government would also consider the employment of nurses from the Asian country, Dr. Tufton explained that if the immediate gaps cannot be filled by local professionals, then the government must look elsewhere. And if them did just pay the nurses a decent wages, they would not be departing the island. Meanwhile, Jamaica has slipped 4 places on the 2024 Transparency International Corruption Ranking. Based on the list released on Tuesday, Jamaica fell to 73rd in 2024 from 69th in 2023. Some 180 countries are listed. But Jamaica's Corruption Perceptions Index remains at 44, where 0 is considered highly corrupt and 100 very clean. Based on the latest survey, Jamaica is the 3rd highly corrupt country in the English-speaking Caribbean, behind Trinidad and Tobago and Guyana. And during the last 5 years, Jamaica's CPI has consistently been at 44. A CPI score below 50 means a country has a very, very serious corruption problem. Popular dancehall artist Kiprich was charged after a question and answer session by members of the St. Catherine North Police on Monday night. He was granted station bail and was released. The Telephone Ting DJ, whose real name is Marlon Plunkett, was charged under Section 18A of the Offense Against the Persons Act, which deals with the use of audio, visual, or audiovisual communications to promote criminal activity. Kiprich reportedly did a one-order dubplate, which his management team said was spliced and changed to express more inflammatory language than was originally intended. The DJ did a custom-order dubplate for a foreign-based selector in the wake of the death of alleged one-order gang leader Othniel Tickman Loman, who police said was a key figure in Jamaica's criminal underworld with influence in several sections of the island. And Loban was killed in an alleged shootout with cops in 6 Miles in St. Andrew area. Kiprich is now set to appear to answer to charges in the St. Catherine Parish Court on February 21st. Meanwhile, face-to-face classes at Galena Primary and Infant School in St. Mary were suspended on Tuesday morning after the body of a man was found in the auditorium. He has been identified as 59-year-old Everton Mego, and it's reported that about 5:50 a.m. the school's watchman saw Mr. Mego in the auditorium, lying on a mattress, and attempted to wake him. But the man was motionless and had what appeared to be blood above his right eye. The police were then alerted. Principal Latoya Wills Miller said Mr. Mego was not employed to the school, and she said classes are expected to resume today. 2 men have been arrested following the seizure of a high-powered weapon on Red Hills Road in St. Andrew on Monday. The St. Andrew Central Police said an M16 rifle with a magazine containing 20 rounds of ammunition were seized during an operation. According to the Halfway Tree Police, about 2:15 p.m., Lawmen were in the area when a property was searched and two men were seen. The men were accosted and a search was conducted at the property. During the search, the weapon was found in their possession and they were subsequently taken into custody. Their identities are now being withheld pending further investigations. Meanwhile, a man wanted for murder in the St. Andrew North Police Division was fatally shot by the police during an operation in St. Thomas on Tuesday morning. He has been identified as Orville Denny, otherwise called Marvin. It's reported that a team led by the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch CTOC went to St. Thomas with the aim of arresting Denny. About 12:55 a.m., two men were seen on a motorcycle and signaled to stop along the Port Morant main road in the vicinity of the Fish Cove. But the pillion rider, later identified as Denny, reportedly pulled a gun from his waist and opened fire at the police team, which led to a shootout. Denny was found in a river with bullet wounds and a 9mm Smith & Wesson pistol beside him. The other man, who was also wounded, was discovered hiding in a house in a nearby community. Both men were taken to hospital, where Denny was pronounced dead and the other man admitted. Meanwhile, as the police continued their cleanup of Jamaica of gunmen, two other men were shot dead by the police, one on Windward Road in Kingston and the other in Central Village in St. Catherine on Monday. The deceased have been identified as 34-year-old Maurice Bennett and 19-year-old Justin Sangster. The police report that during the targeted operation carried out by the Operational Support and Fugitive Apprehension teams, they were confronted by armed men. Two firearms were seized, and the latest fatal police shooting have brought the total to 38 so far this year. And you can see that the police them now ramp. That makes 10 killings in 11 days this month. A Clarendon farmer was found guilty on Monday for the 2018 murder of Maurice Ferguson, a shoemaker of Treadlight and Provost in Simon. Curtis Brown, otherwise called Soviet, was charged for murder and other firearms-related offenses. And it was reported that on September 15 of 2018, Brown went to the home of his estranged wife where he saw Ferguson and then shot him. Brown was later arrested and charged, and the matter was tried before a judge alone. On to sports. Premier League games resumed today after a brief break last week due to the friendly matches between Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago. And today we will see Humble Lions facing Racing United, Portmore clash with Dunbeholden, while Tivoli will face off with Chapelton. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.